Okay, Heather, I'm always a hot mess. I'm hoping that this is going to help you with how to stir some of the epoxies. I do use some Promarine, which is now Promise, but I use it usually on larger pours for molds and things like that. I have not used it on a tumbler. I hear good things about it. I need to make sure this is level. I do not believe it is. Not really. So anyhow, I have the tumbler grip for my turners. I made the turners myself, but I used their arms. They're amazing. The people are amazing. I don't know if you have those. Makes a big difference in how everything stays level for me. I'm hoping that you can hear me. Sorry. Like I said, this isn't necessarily my thing. So, 3-ounce cup because I need a lot. It's a 30-ounce. I have a mold on the bottom for my lights to hide in, and then the 1 ounce. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to do part A and part B in equal amounts. I'm going to do a full 60. I have molds to pour it in. So anyhow, I always do my part B first. In this case, I'm just going to fill the cup up to the top. Look at this. See, can you see where I'm at here? Okay. I just found that part B going in that first does better for me. And I don't know if you could see that was a little bit yellow as I put it in there. I've had it a hot minute. It's about the end of the bottle. And I know it's going on a white cup, but once I put the A in, it doesn't look yellow anymore. So don't worry about a little bit of yellow tint. Plus my cup's kind of yellow as it is too. I work for a pharma wholesaler and we get them dirt cheap there, so I don't care what color they are. Anyhow, I'm going to do my part A now. Same thing. Just fill this 1 ounce to the top. I'd rather have too much with all this chunkier glitter than not enough. And you saw I scraped the cup out pretty good when I was doing that. So in with the part A. So that seems like a lot, but I have had trouble with glitter and lights and everything else and not having enough and then have to go back and mix it. So that's all in the cup. I'm going to toss this. Just so you know, if you haven't seen the tumbler grip, this is what's on there. It's got arms. You spin it, it'll go out. It tightens. Your cup never falls off these things like they don't. You can shake the crap out of them, and then you just undo it. And they screw right on there. Anyhow, I mix like a crazy person. I find that this works better for me. I tried doing it nice and slow. Found out that I can't do it. This particular epoxy, I use their medium viscosity, I use their fast set, and I use their artist resin, depending on the temperatures. I don't generally heat it unless it's winter time, and then I have a little heater, and I'll just set them a little bit far away, but you know, in front of that heater for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but not too close, because you don't want it to be overly hot. I found that if I do that, then it cures real fast and it gets weird. So anyhow, you can see I'm just kind of stirring like a crazy person. Looks a little frothy in there. Scrape those edges, and there's a little groove at the bottom of this particular plastic cup. I can't find Dixie cups anymore unless they want $1 million for them. I don't care what anybody says about popsicle sticks or tongue depressors. I find that they work the best, and then I can just throw them away. I'm not into cleaning crap up. I have the silicone sticks, hate them. Have the metal sticks, hate them. Didn't see that it made that much difference except for to piss me off. So, now that's all it looks like. I just did that, so I'm going to turn this bad boy on, spin it the right direction. And this might seem redundant. You know how to do this, right? And I think what I might have mixed like a minute and a half there. I'm not really sure. But I put it on nice and thick. I only use one hand, one finger. It's just how I do it. I've seen people use whole hands. I just don't know how you wouldn't waste a bunch doing that. And I need to get this one in particular smooth before I can add my design, so that I have a thicker coat of epoxy, which I generally do very thin coats, so I can use 10 ml total on a 20-ounce cup, and it's usually perfect for me. I'll do 3 or 4 layers like that. But on these ones, I do them a little thicker just because I'm trying to get over these wires and all kinds of other stuff. So, And I am going to use all this on this cup. I can just tell. I can feel the glitter too much to be happy with it. Ooh, can't have that filled in. And really what's happening is these bubbles they should be crushing under my fingers a little bit, you know. I don't go up over that edge. Sometimes it gets there. I'll clean it off if it does. But right now I just want this to have a nice thick coat over this glitter and wires. If it wasn't for the wires, it wouldn't be as thick. And also I should note that normally I apply my glitter with the epoxy method, which requires, on this cup I would do maybe 5 or 7 ml total that will be on here. I actually will put it on thicker, and then once I get it on there, I will scrape off what I can. That's what I do with my cups. I put them inside that so they don't get messy. Okay, here's what I have. I have a heat gun, works okay, moves stuff around, gives me bubbles. I got this little kitchen torch off Amazon, $12 or $15, something like that. And I just give it a couple of revolutions around, just back and forth real fast. It's actually pretty close. Some people say do it further away. I don't. I've been doing this, I'm thousands in, and it seems to work out okay. I'll give it a minute to let everything raise up. Once it raises up, just a minute or two. I gotta watch. I'm on my lunch break here too. Not my lunch break, but my break. Anyhow, it's gone around a few more times. I'm gonna hit it again. One or two revolutions each time. And then what I'll do is I'm going to set myself a timer for about 10 minutes and come down and take another look at it. Now, white isn't so hard to deal with if you do have bubbles. You really don't see them. But this works well for other stuff. And then something else I do to keep any dust particles off of them, because sometimes we mistake dust particles that you can't see floating around in the air for a bubble. So I got these are 46 cup containers. I got them at Walmart. They're around $10 a piece. And I just carefully stick this in there. I know the back is open, but that seems to keep gnats off if they manage to get in my house, or if my husband does something dumb and throws something down the basement stairs and stirs up whatever. That seems to keep all that stuff off of there. And then I have a Wi-Fi plug, and what I do is I set a timer on this. This time of the year I go about 5 hours on my timer, and in the winter I go about 6, just because, you know, I do heat it a little bit, but it's still pretty cold down here. Right now, I'd take a stab to say that this room is about 75 degrees, but I have this stuff cured no problem in the wintertime. Maybe 60, 62, 64 degrees down here is about as warm as this area gets. And these are the Wi-Fi plugs that I use, because I have 2 different ones. One will run my heaters in the winter. I put it in this side. I put my power strip for my turners in the right side, and then I just set the timer for them. These work great, these Wi-Fi plugs. I have them all over my house. Anyhow, I know that's a little long-winded, but I hope that helps you get through your epoxy struggles, because it's really fun once you can get through it. I make all kinds of fun stuff, so feel free to friend me if you'd like, and I'm always happy to help if I can. I'm not looking to make money off everybody. There's enough in this world for us to all succeed. Good luck.